What's up, everybody, and welcome to ITG Daily, the show that brings you the hottest in gaming news. I'm Drew Bolsley. You can find me on Twitter at ArtisticGamer28. That's the one, the only is Scott Savage. You can find him on Twitter at Savage. Scotty, what's happening, buddy? It's Monday. How was the weekend?
Oh, I've been spending a lot of time on Tunic, and
Yeah,
that little Elden Ring, that little Legend of Zelda game. We have to start a new segment where grinds my gears.
you do. I got a couple of those. We definitely do that. Yeah,
we could fill an hour. The gamer tag episode alone.
Absolutely. What's going to fill our time, though, is coming up on this weekend. It is our friends over at Covenant House with Main Mission. Check it out. It's the ultimate Easter egg, a streaming campaign like no other, a mission with the goal to change lives in real life. I challenge you to join me on the Main Mission, a charity stream campaign to raise funds for Covenant House. From March 7th to April 1st, we welcome everyone to join this fundraising mission to benefit youth who are homeless, trafficked, or at risk. The campaign will feature prizes, giveaways, and big surprises. And on April 2nd, we join forces with some of the biggest content creators and gamers to raise maximum funds. Help us change the game. Can we count you in? That's right, on April 2nd, this coming Saturday, we'll be live for 12 hours at Covenant House. You can look over at twitch.tv/CovenantHouseTO to watch the 12-hour live stream with some incredible guests and amazing prizes to give away. Scott, we'll be there. We're hosting the event, so you can definitely find us there.
12 hours is short. That's nothing.
Yeah, we do that in our sleep. Come on, really?
We did 24 last time, didn't we?
Yeah, dude, I was exhausted.
That was a little rough.
Yeah. This was 12 hours. It's for a great cause. Last year, we raised over $40,000. This year, our goal is $100,000. Come by, support us. You can support us right now by heading to mainmission.ca. Scott, coming up, where people can join us, they can join us live over on twitch.tv/theofficialITG, as well as YouTube at ITG Reviews. But if you can't join us live, hit us up later inside the game.ca, podcast services and TV streaming networks around the globe. Coming up on today's show, did Rockstar,
the beginning of grind my gears.
That's, dude, absolutely. Did Rockstar go too far? GTA Plus subscription for next gen consoles. Fable progress is slow, and no, CDPR did not announce The Witcher 4, Scott.
Oh man, these are interesting topics. Actually, I joke about the grind my gears, but really, some of it's good, some of it's not so good. But we'll see.
Let's get into it. As GTA Plus is GTA Online's new monthly subscription on PS5 and Xbox Series S and X at $5.99 a month for extra GTA Online rewards. Scott, this comes from Ryan Gilliam over at Polygon. Grand Theft Auto Online will soon have a monthly subscription service for both new and existing players. Rockstar Games announced on Friday. The service, GTA Plus, will come with a variety of benefits for the price of $5.99 per month, including exclusive rewards. I'm guessing, Scott, that would be US dollars. So we're probably what? $7-8 a month now?
Yeah,
Canadian, right?
I'm not sure what that translates to now in Canadian dollars in our funny money, but I think just about $8.
Yeah. Each month, subscribers will get new items and bonuses such as in-game cash, upgrades, special discounts. GTA Plus members will also be able to buy even better shark cards. Are you kidding? Oh. Come on.
If you weren't tired of getting blasted from the air, those flying hover bikes. Oh, you will,
man. Better shark cards to get more bang for their buck on microtransaction purchases. What the? Scott, I'm a little. This one, man. Honestly, this one really. I don't like this. I really just don't like this.
Does anybody enjoy microtransactions anymore?
No.
Everybody kind of was angry about it. The horse armor in Oblivion. I think that's what began it. And then it just kind of spiraled out and out of control. And now these are like microtransactions to help you with your microtransactions. Where does it end?
Oh, it's unbelievable. So let's get into, here's what you get with this subscription model. Starting on March 29th, so this is the first month, to April 27th, you get GTA $500,000 delivered automatically to your Maze bank account. The principal deficit 8, along with Hayos. Oh, you get cars, other upgrades. There's membership fees you can get. No, dude, it's just 3 times GTA cash and RP for special race series stuff.
Okay, well, are these new races though? How Special works? No. I haven't played the game in, admittedly, probably 3 or 4 years.
Yeah,
so I'm definitely out of the loop. About the time when the casino came in, I was not in the game anymore.
That's fair. Yacht owners can upgrade their aquarium super yacht at no additional cost. Scott, dude, I have a hard time trying to swallow this one. Really,
I think this may spill into a larger conversation on the weekly show. I believe
absolutely. We'll get into a full discussion where you can get in on Corey and Nate's opinion on this as well. For me, overall, though, dude, a subscription model for me comes in the mind of like an MMO. A lot of the time, that's how you get into these games, and you pay to be there every month, right? GTA Online is one of the richest games ever made, and now we're getting another subscription service for this thing. Like they just suckered me and Kyle into buying the upgrade for next gen consoles for online as it is. That's what I said.
I'm offended on your behalf.
You know, as much fun as I'm having, yesterday I'm at the casino. Dude tries shooting me as I roll in. I come out, my car is completely toast. And then people are still shooting outside the casino. I'm like, I'm not doing this right now. And I quit. I was just like,
the most fun I had in that actually was myself and a roommate. We would get the most expensive souped up cars we could. And then we would purposefully get the enemy to destroy it. So they have to pay our insurance. And that was the fun we had, and spending all the money on calling up Merriweather and just clowning on people around us. But if you have a $500,000 to mess with every month, that's going to get a whole lot worse. Be prepared for all-out warfare.
I don't need. Okay, here's my thing. Right now, I'm getting my businesses kind of in line, right, with GTA Online. I'm growing my business. I'm doing the services. I'm getting supply runs. I'm stealing more than anything else. I'm not really paying for them. And then I'm going out and I'm doing deliveries on my inventory. Kyle souped up all of his stuff. He's got his businesses going. He had so much inventory. We went and rolled out the job list, and we had 3 delivery trucks, and there's only 2 of us, so we delivered as much as we could. Kind of worried we're gonna lose that last truck. Nobody came and stole it. Really surprising. Some guy in a plane flying by though tried to blow us up. Like, it was just one of those things, right? It was just it's fun.
If you're a bully, it's really fun.
Well, yeah, and I don't want that, man. I just want to play the heist. Man, just get me into the heist. Let me roll with my friends. That's what I really wanted to do here. This whole online subscription GTA Plus service, I think, is just ridiculous, and it just goes to show how greedy GTA is becoming. And if it keeps going this way, dude, it's gonna be hard to support this kind of mentality, because it makes me worry about what other developers are going to go, hey, GTA is doing this, maybe we should steal that idea too and bring it over to our side, right?
That's what happened with microtransactions. That's what happened with battle passes, and it likely, will take a long time for this to catch on with everybody. But I'm worried. What if Halo comes out with one? What if these competitive shooters come out with one? And it throws the balance entirely off. There is one positive to this that I see.
Okay.
But it's a positive only because it's an issue that was started by GTA. The grind.
Yeah.
The grind mechanics in that is so hard, so long. You have these businesses up, and it's going to take, several hours to make that worthwhile. And the investment is huge. And so this, it's something that is helpful, but I think it should have come along with the new version that came to new consoles. If they had just kind of caught you up, this is the 3rd time buying this game. Here's a little push online. But
that's the thing. Here it is. This is only for those that are online for next gen consoles, only for PlayStation Plus, and only for Xbox Series X and S. You can't get this service on PS4 or the Xbox One. Keep that in the back of your mind. It's only moving forward.
That will cut down on a little bit of the bullying, because as we discovered, that's not crossplay. I cannot join you unless get it a third time.
which is which is crazy to think
It's
of.
almost
But
it's almost offensively bad of a decision, in my opinion.
it's just
Now,
now,
I know there's people that are going to enjoy it. You can have fun with the game. I'm
yeah,
not trying to say that GTA 5 is a bad game.
no,
That would be silly.
yeah,
But
yes, it would be.
oh man, it's just they're
It's
not treating the consumer with much respect, I think.
no, that's exactly what it is, and it makes me a little nervous then getting into GTA Online 2. Right? What do we get with
Yeah.
GTA 6, Scott? Where does that kind of fall into place for the future now of GTA if we have to get this subscription model? I don't think we have to. I know I'm not gonna get it, and if they make me get it, I'm done. I'm so done. I'm gonna be furious, but I'll be done because that's just, to me, it's silly. I don't think it's necessarily be there. They easily are at the top of the charts every month. We talk about it on NPD reports. Dude, they're always there. They're always making money. You can't tell me you need this subscription model. And I think it's a joke.
I'm worried they're going to fall into the latest phase, which is live service games. So we might get GTA 6, but it's almost like getting a bun with no burger.
Yeah,
that's how I feel about live service. Now, I don't have the popular opinion, I don't think, but it's just it's industry trends that I don't like.
Dude, I'm definitely worried about the future now of GTA 6 getting this plus, but I'm also a little worried about Fable progression, as it seems to be really slow over at Playground, and that is something to be worried about. This comes from Nathan Birch over at WCCF Tech. Game designer Juan Fernandez has bounced around various studios, including Rhyme, developer Tequila Works, Hellblade, creators of Ninja Theory, and a stint at Playground Games where he worked on the new Fable. Perhaps unsurprisingly, in an interview with Vandal, translated behind Google, so take that with a grain of salt, Fernandez reveals Playground has some trouble adapting to making an open world game where you don't blast around in fancy cars at 200 miles per hour. Scott, I'm not really that surprised, but quote, this is from his words, Playground is very organized and production driven. Every 2 years, they put out a Forza Horizon, which has more than 90 on Metacritic. Let's keep that in the back of our mind, right? Forza Horizon has been a fantastic game forever. So that has high standards. It's just
and Fable, the latest one just blew all competition out of the water, from my understanding.
Absolutely, with incredible quality. They have taken racing games and they've dominated them these last few years. They're very smart and they know what they're doing. They wanted to branch out with something different. Scott, I talk about this all the time, right? How many times can you make Call of Duty until you go, man, I think I just want to do something a little different, right?
Yeah, well, unfortunately, that doesn't work out in the case of DICE with Battlefield. That's the one I always go back to. But
that's fair.
This is an entirely different setup for them. So it is very interesting to see what they're going to do without fancy cars.
Absolutely. They thought that they would want to do well in an open world racing game, but they lacked people with the knowledge of how gameplay is done. In an open world, how you control a character and the actions are very different from what you have in a racing game. At the technology level, you have to develop animation, scripting, a quest system. Moving in a car at 300 kilometers has very different requirements than walking through the countryside. Playground also reportedly has to, quote, do more with less ethos, which has served them well when it comes to doing something they've reduced to a science like Forza Horizon, but slow progress when it came to something more ambitious like Fable. He quotes, action RPG open worlds are incredibly complicated to do. They take a lot of time. A lot of people, and in Playground, they have the mentality of doing more with less. That if Assassin's Creed is done with 5,000 people, they will have 150 or 200. And if they do Assassin's Creed in 7 years, they will do Fable in 5. It is good to be ambitious, but you also have to be realistic. And what I saw is that development is getting longer and longer. Scott, does this make you a little concerned about the future of Fable?
I thought the lesson of last year was that crunch is not the way to do it. So this seems like a perfect recipe for disaster, actually. If you have a small team working in crunch hours, overtime, I have a lot of respect for any developer that can do that. But I don't have as much respect for their management.
Well, no, absolutely. I understand and appreciate them wanting to do something else. I think we all kind of went, whoa, Playground, Fable, really? Does that work? And I think now we're starting to see the ramifications of they're two different companies, right? They're really two different models of structure of what they build. it's
I'm trying to think of how beautiful Fable might be.
oh,
Though.
dude,
Think about
it's
that.
right. Like I just huge smile on my face. I gotta think it's gonna be
Oh,
incredible
yeah.
looking. But how well does it play? Are the quests meaningful? Like, dude, they're bringing in one of Xbox's beloved franchises. You have
yeah.
to make sure to
The
nail this.
flagship.
Oh, right, absolutely. A lot of people went to Xbox for what? Halo and Fable. That
And Perfect Dark maybe would be the third.
okay, that's fair. And Forza, right? I say Forza's in there. Like they have top tier games, and one of those being Fable. It's a beloved franchise. If you followed it from the first one, you've done them, you played them all. You've done the anniversary editions as well. If you played through those, like there's so many people that love and cherish this franchise. You can't afford to screw that up. And when you give it to Playground, a company who's been known for racing games and absolutely crush what they do, there is a whole different mechanic when it comes to an open world RPG than it is when you're racing. I just
Oh man, and expectations are high because of the property, what you're working with. It's been 12 years since Fable 3. So I know they've done the anniversary since that.
Sure.
I think, but it's such a long-awaited project that if after a decade you drop the ball, I don't think Fable will ever recover from that.
Well, that's just it. I kind of worry, right? Let me ask you this: are you worried for the next Fable game?
I'm worried about every new release now, especially in the launch window.
Well, that's just
Battlefield's really scarred me, man.
I get that. I understand that. A lot of people now have, I think, a lot of worry and concern moving forward with new releases because, again, day one patch, yeah, it's out there, but will it be enough to fix the game? Probably not. Sometimes, in most cases, it's really not enough. And we've seen a lot of games get delayed because they're like, whoa, we're just not quite there. What was it just announced? Suicide Squad delayed again. Right? Like that's another one, just hit another delay. So
does anybody pre-order games anymore? Because first of all, I find it funny that everybody pre-orders digital games.
Yeah.
As if they're going to run out. But further to that, what if it's delayed? What if the first month of it is just awful?
The pre-order
doesn't seem like a good idea.
Is to be involved in that conversation on day one, to say that you are the one playing it as well as everybody else, right? That's why you get the pre-order, so you can get the pre-download taken care of and get ready. Okay, midnight hits, boom, game is out, you're ready to go, and then you can get in there and be on that conversation with us and whoever else your friends may be, right, with that new and latest game. Fable being ones I think we kind of will definitely be having our eye on, but a little bit skeptical and have concerns for moving into this whole other genre that's not racing involved whatsoever. And I just, man, we'll see how this goes. But there's a lot of people with a lot of eyes on it.
Completely fine. It could work
Absolutely
out great.
Could. Yep.
We don't want to discount it,
nope.
But it's just going to be met with a little bit of a finer tooth comb.
Well, we haven't seen, that's the other thing too, Scott. We haven't seen anything on the game since its initial teaser trailer, right? We covered the Xbox event that day, and I remember that because, dude, we saw that and we were pumped. And
I still had goosebumps from Perfect Dark.
And then it just went completely quiet, right? Like just silence ever since. And you're like, really? We heard rumblings that maybe Rare was working on the game. Dude, that wouldn't have bothered me whatsoever. You put Playground on it though. It's not really anything they've done before. So there's a lot of people with red flags, a lot of questions and concerns to see if this is going to work out. Hopefully it does. We don't know any different. We don't know a release date. We don't know anything about this game, just that the progression is really slow. But we do know, though, Scott, that there is no Witcher 4 so far. The Witcher 4 was not announced last week. Clarifies CD Projekt Red. Yep.
This is a bit of a curious one because I believe it is the fourth game in the Witcher series, but not named 4. It's going the way of Halo.
Well, this comes from Michael Hardens over at PSU. CD Projekt Red has offered clarification regarding the announcement last week on the new project in the Witcher franchise, revealing that the project, quote, is not The Witcher 4, nor is it exclusive to one particular storefront, being that they partnered with Epic. Right? They partnered with Epic. I think that's where a lot of people are like, whoa. However, Radek, the global PR director at CD Projekt Red, posted the following message on Twitter after people started getting a little ahead of themselves regarding the new game. He says, what we have not announced today, a game called The Witcher 4, an exclusive to one storefront. It was our initial confirmation of a new Saga, in the Witcher franchise. Right now, we are not discussing any specifics in terms or story, characters, mechanics, or plot details. Scott, no Witcher 4 announced.
A bit of a cheeky post, I think. But
right? Yeah,
there are a few details that we can pull from this, though. A new Saga.
Yes.
So it's not just going to be a one and done. It's not going to end off anybody's story. Being that it's not characters that again, we're not sure. I don't know if Geralt of Rivia is going to be the protagonist.
Well, that's what I mentioned last week, actually, are we moving now into Ciri and her story? Right? Is that an option here to move forward with The Witcher and bring in a new character, bring in a female role, and see how that goes instead of being Geralt as it has been in the past?
This is from a new school. I think it's called School of Witchers. So that may disclude some characters over others. I haven't seen season 2 of the show, so I'm not sure if there's been little hints sprinkled in there. I have to catch up on a lot of those. I might need next week off, actually. I got to catch up on Halo, Witcher,
too much. You're not having any time off. You're on a review game for next week. But it does...
Oh, no. We never sleep here.
No, we don't, do we? It is interesting to see that, it is not The Witcher 4. A lot of people immediately rushed to The Witcher 4. I saw all the outlets go, Witcher 4 been announced. I'm like, well... maybe right, and then they clarified, going, no, we did not mention that. It's a whole new saga. So are we getting into a new trilogy? We saw Witcher Thrones. Have you seen you saw that one, right? This top-down view. It's a little different. It's a lot different, really.
I actually haven't seen that one.
What was Throne something?
I don't know how I skipped this, but then again, I haven't played Witcher 3 yet, so I really have a lot of catching up to do.
Well, okay, so here's the other thing. Where is the Witcher 3 remake? Does that fall in under this to get everybody caught back up into the world of Witcher, right? And then launch whatever they're moving into next? Is really, because we know that's what they're working on as well, besides working on more Cyberpunk. So there's that side as well. But yeah, The Witcher 4 not announced. We'll see what's coming next, Scott. But there was something announced. Ooh, dude. Yeah, we're getting close. We're going to go real fast here. So we got 2 more games confirmed for Game Pass. This came from the Future Games Show presentation. Turbo Golf Racing. Players hit their ball through a mid-course goal. They can earn boosts. Dude, it's basically like Rocket League meets golf. I'm down. And it's coming to Game Pass.
Yeah,
so that's exciting.
It sounds a little wacky, but that sounds like it could be a very interesting idea. At Game Pass, I'll be there.
Yeah, it kind of, there's that rush mode in Mario Golf. Kind of reminds me a little bit of that with Rocket League. And
that looked really good from the outside, but I don't remember if you or Corey really enjoed that specifically.
We were kind of wishy-washy. It was okay. It wasn't a home run. It is golf. but either way, it wasn't bad. But yeah, it's Mario Golf, and yeah, this one looks cool. I'm definitely gonna check it out. Coming on Game Pass. Another one too announced for Game Pass was Marauder, it's a first-person shooter pitched as a tactical sci-fi space pirate game with 4-player co-op. Think Diesel Punk Borderlands meets Escape from Tarkov.
Oh, I like the sound of that.
Oh man, that sounds pretty wild, Scott. I'm down for that one. Dude, we also have another game announcement today. Why don't you take that one?
Yes, Deliver Us Mars has been announced by Frontier Foundry. A new follow-up to Deliver Us the Moon. Now, I'm not familiar with Deliver Us the Moon. I didn't actually play that one, but
we reviewed that on the show. We reviewed that one, and Nate was on it.
Moons of Madness.
That's what I was thinking.
I think
Gotcha.
That one was solid, but this is set to be an entirely different thing, taking players on a journey across the Red Planet for an all-new story. Deliver Us Mars is a sequel to the 2019 atmospheric puzzle game, set 10 years after Deliver Us the Moon's Fortuna mission.
Cool.
Deliver Us Mars expands on the events of its predecessor, building on its more grounded approach to sci-fi storytelling while enriching the gameplay experience. This sounds really cool. It is supposed to be available on Xbox Series XS, One, PlayStation 4, 5, PC, and that is through Steam and Epic. So they're just about everywhere. Sorry, Switch.
And I didn't see any Stadia there either. Maybe one day. We'll see what happens. But Scott, what I do understand though is that the show is over. Everybody, thank you for joining us live. And if you can't join us live, you can hit us up later. InsideTheGame.ca, podcast services, and TV streaming networks around the globe. I'm Drew, that's Scott. We'll see you tomorrow inside the game.